TheJbeans.net.
The Norwegian Getaway is packed with restaurants, entertainment venues, and plenty of places to explore. In this video, we'll walk through all of the public decks to give you a closer look at everything there was to see and do during our cruise in June 2025. Just a quick note that if you enjoy this video, please give us a thumbs up or leave a comment. It really helps our channel. And consider subscribing so you get alerted when we add new videos. Starting on Deck 5, the Getaway's Medical Center was located at the forward elevator area. Just outside was a 24-hour vending machine that sold common, over-the-counter medicines and health items. Purchases could be made with our stateroom keycard. Continuing up for a quick overview of Deck 6, the atrium area featured Starbucks, the atrium bar, guest services, and more. Just past the atrium, there was an open area with the Headliners Comedy Club, Le Bistro, and Teppanyaki. And all the way toward the back, the Mix Bar was situated between the Taste and Savor main dining rooms. Going back to the front of Deck 6 for a more detailed walkthrough, the first venue was the lower level of the Getaway Theater. While the main entrances to the theater were located on Deck 7, the seating extended down to this deck as well. Next was the Illusionarium, which had one of the more interesting entrance hallways we've seen. The venue was used for various activities during our cruise, including an escape-style puzzle game. The next space was the meeting rooms. These were reserved spaces that served as gathering spots for private events and group meetings. Across from the meeting rooms was the library and card room. The combination space had many books available to borrow, as well as tables for playing card and board games. The atrium was one of the most active spaces on the ship. Moving from port to starboard, the area included the shore excursions and cruise next desks. Guest services with the restaurant reservations desk. The atrium bar, which was a popular spot for a quick drink. Starbucks, which served specialty coffee for an extra charge. And the internet desk. The atrium itself also served as a venue for trivia, live music, and other daily activities. Past the atrium was a 3-deck open space with several venues located around it. On one side was the Headliners Comedy Club, which hosted comedy shows and live music during our cruise. Across from it were 2 specialty restaurants available for an extra charge. Le Bistro was a French-themed restaurant, and Teppanyaki featured chefs preparing Japanese cuisine at shared tables. Between the open area and the aft dining rooms was the art gallery, where artwork was displayed and offered for sale during the cruise. At the very back of Deck 6 was the Mix Bar, along with the Taste and Savor main dining rooms. These were 2 of the ship's complimentary restaurants, and they all shared the same rotating dinner menu each evening. Moving up for a quick overview of Deck 7, Ocean's Neighborhood Bar and Grill was located near the forward elevators. Just past the restaurant, the casino took up much of the midship area. A bit further back was Shanghai's Noodle Bar. And all the way at the back of the ship was the Manhattan Room, one of the ship's 3 main dining rooms. Going back to the front of Deck 7 for a more detailed walkthrough, the main entrances to the Getaway Theater were located near the forward elevators. During our cruise, the theater was home to the ship's nightly production shows, as well as bingo and a few other activities. Just past the theater was Ocean's Neighborhood Bar and Grill. The venue was a complimentary 24-hour restaurant that served a menu of pub-style favorites for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. On the opposite side of the ship, overlooking the atrium and Deck 6 below, there was an additional Oceans area. The area included a bar, along with pub games such as darts, pool, video games, and duck-pin bowling that were available for an extra charge. At the center of Deck 7 was the same 3-deck open space that extended from Deck 6 up through Deck 8. It featured glass stairways and a large hanging light fixture, which was one of the most distinctive design elements on the Getaway. Surrounding this space was the casino, which occupied most of the midship area on Deck 7. A wide variety of slot machines and table games were available. Further aft was the Bliss Ultra Lounge. During our cruise, the venue was used for late-night music with a DJ, as well as various scheduled activities. Just past Bliss was Shanghai's Noodle Bar, a complimentary restaurant that served a variety of Asian-inspired dishes. Despite being complimentary, reservations were still required during our cruise. Next to Shanghai's was Bar 21, a small bar conveniently located for guests waiting to be seated at the restaurant. At the very back of Deck 7 was the Manhattan Room, one of the ship's main dining rooms. The restaurant shared the same rotating menu as Taste and Savor, and it also featured live music on select evenings. Continuing up for a quick overview of Deck 8, the forward section included La Cucina and Sid Norman's Poorhouse. The midship area featured seafood venues such as Ocean Blue, the Raw Bar, and Wasabi, along with a couple of themed bars. Just past that were the shops and photo gallery. And all the way at the back of the ship were Cagney's Steakhouse and Moderno Brazilian Steakhouse. Going back to the front of Deck 8 for a more detailed walkthrough, the first venue was La Cucina. The specialty restaurant, available for an extra charge, served a large menu of Italian cuisine. Next to the Italian restaurant was Sid Norman's Poorhouse. During our cruise, the venue was used for live music, karaoke, and various shopping seminars. Just aft of Sid Norman's was the Sunset Bar and the Humidor Cigar Lounge. The lounge served as the ship's dedicated cigar smoking venue, with comfy leather chairs and a fully stocked humidor. The 3-deck open space on Deck 8 featured several dining and bar venues. Ocean Blue was a specialty seafood restaurant. The Raw Bar served fresh seafood options. And Wasabi offered sushi and yakitori. All were available for an extra charge. Nearby, there were 2 themed bars available for drinks: the Sky Vodka Ice Bar, inspired by Scandinavian ice hotels, and the Sugarcane Mojito Bar, which specialized in its namesake. Past this area were several shopping venues. The Tradewinds shops provided many options for duty-free shopping. The Tides Boutique was a clothing and souvenir shop, and the photo gallery sold photos taken by the ship's professional photographers. The gallery also had various photography equipment available for purchase. A bit further aft, the bake shop sold a variety of delicious gourmet sweets. Items available included cupcakes, French macarons, and handmade chocolate bonbons. And just outside, on the waterfront, Dolce Gelato offered a selection of gelato for purchase. At the very back of Deck 8 were 2 more specialty restaurants available for an extra charge. Cagney's Steakhouse specialized in premium black Angus beef and other American-style steakhouse favorites. Moderno was a Brazilian-style restaurant that featured a large salad bar and tableside carving of meats. The Prime Meridian Bar was located between the entrances for the 2 restaurants. The waterfront extended along the outside of Deck 8. This open-air promenade featured plenty of comfy seating and space for walking, making it a relaxing place to enjoy the ocean views during our cruise. Several of the restaurants and bars on Deck 8 also offered outdoor seating along the waterfront promenade. Decks 9 through 14 on the Getaway were primarily stateroom decks. The one exception was Splash Academy. The Kids Club for ages 3 to 12 was located on decks 12 and 13 midship, with a main entrance located on deck 12. Continuing up for a quick overview of deck 15, the midship area featured the main pool and surrounding hot tubs. Further aft was the aqua park area, with an entire section available for kids to enjoy some water play. And the Garden Cafe buffet was located at the very back of the ship. Going back to the front of Deck 15 for a more detailed walkthrough, the Spa and Fitness Center occupied most of the forward part of the deck. In addition to typical spa amenities, the area also included a barber shop and a salon. The fitness center had treadmills, ellipticals, and rowing machines that were positioned for wonderful views of the ocean. There was also a strength training area with weight machines and free weights available. Outside on the sun deck was the main pool area. Surrounding the pool were hot tubs and plenty of open deck space with lounge chairs. The Waves Pool Bar was located nearby and served drinks throughout the day. Past the pool area, the marketplace was a shaded outdoor spot that had comfy chairs available. Continuing aft brought us to the aqua park, which featured another pool along with the end of the bright pink family fun slide. The aqua park also had a section for kids, and the kids section had smaller slides, splash features, and shallow play areas designed for children. Further back was additional outdoor seating for the Garden Cafe buffet. The seating was covered and provided extra tables for guests who wanted to eat outside. At the very back of Deck 15 was the Garden Cafe buffet itself. The restaurant offered a wide variety of food stations for breakfast, lunch, afternoon snacks, and dinner. Seating was available across the entire aft section of the ship. Moving up for a quick overview of Deck 16, the sun deck overlooked the main pool area and offered extra loungers. Midship was the aqua park, with the end of the green and blue freefall slides and the orange side-by-side racing slides known as the Whip. And all the way at the back of the ship was the adults-only Spice H2O deck area. Going back to the front of Deck 16 for a more detailed walkthrough, the Haven Lounge, restaurant, and courtyard occupied the forward part of the deck. Several Haven staterooms were also located in this area. Since those spaces were exclusive to Haven guests, our walkthrough started at the forward elevator area. Right next to the elevators, there was a door for the entrance to the Guppies Room, an open play area for children under 3 years old. Outside was the sun deck, which overlooked the main pool area one deck below and had extra loungers for passengers looking to catch some sun. Continuing aft brought us to the aqua park, with the end of the green and blue freefall slides, as well as the orange side-by-side racing slides known as the Whip. Surrounding the water slides was the jogging track, which offered scenic ocean views. Further aft was the American Diner, which served a small buffet at breakfast and a complimentary menu of casual options at lunch. Nearby was the video arcade, which was filled with arcade machines that were available for an extra charge. The arcade had racing simulators, claw games, air hockey tables, and more, making it a lively spot for both kids and adults. Past the arcade was the Entourage Teen Lounge, a dedicated space for cruisers ages 13 to 17. At the very back of Deck 16 was the adults-only Spice H2O deck area. During the day, the outdoor space typically had loungers available, while at night it occasionally hosted dance parties and other events. A bar was located on the starboard side of the area, making it easy to grab a drink without needing to leave. Continuing up to Deck 17, the forward section featured the Vibe Beach Club, an adults-only area that was available for an extra fee. In addition to many cushion loungers, the club also had a bar available. The forward section was also home to the Haven Private Sun Deck, which was reserved for Haven guests. The aft section of Deck 17 was home to the Sky Tykes Children's Ropes course, along with the main ropes course entrance. Finally, continuing up to Deck 18, the forward section had a wide open sun deck with several loungers available. The aft section of the deck featured the sports court, which could be used for basketball, soccer, pickleball, and more. The area also included the ropes course, which was accessed from the entrance one deck below. That wraps up our deck-by-deck tour of the Norwegian Getaway. We hope this video makes it much easier for you to find your way around the ship during your cruise.